All right, all right. How's it going tonight, everyone? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Thursday. Hope your week's going well, or whatever. Yeah. So tonight we're gonna keep working on the retro stuff. We're gonna see where we're gonna end up here. Are we missing something on the stream overlay? Why does it look so weird? Like, like I should know, but didn't there used to be something like right here? Like overhead cam. Oh, okay, no, I guess not. It's just, I don't know, I haven't looked at it in a while. It looks really weird without it. Alright. Alright, whatever. How's it going, Icky Wicks? Welcome, welcome. Alright, so one of the things we started realizing we need with the retro protocol plugins is the cross-compile build. It's functional, it works, but there's some oddities to it, and it'd be nicer if we actually built against what Pidgin builds, or what we build Pidgin against. I can't remember if we started this on stream or not. Maybe not. Anyways, there was a Pidgin contributor. I don't know if they were ever given CPW or anything, which I should probably know, but I don't. Yeah, so there's... Hold on. And this is Pidgin stuff on GitHub too, but it's not regular ass Pidgin. So we have started this repo called Retro Protocol Plugins, or Retro Purple. And the idea is, oh, we have to update this too. So I'm just going to read from the why now. It says, many people have asked us about bringing back our old protocols so they can use Pidgin on these networks. These networks being people are creating clone servers for AIM, ICQ, MSN, etc. So that's the networks I'm referring to. Initially, we rejected this idea as the code hasn't been maintained in years and may potentially have security issues. We'll get to that in a second. However, we realize that if we don't support these protocol plugins, others may do so, and when people need support, they'll most likely look to us. While this should be fine, it could take a while to figure out exactly what's going on, especially if there are multiple versions out there. The multiple versions idea is like, all right, so say somebody that's working on retro AIM server decides they're going to fix bugs in the Pidgin protocol AIM plugin that they've extracted, but we have no idea to know that that's different than our AIM protocol plugin. And then let's say somebody else builds one for AIM Phoenix and they make different changes. Now we have 3 different plugins out there that we can't possibly figure out what the difference is. That's a problem. Right? That's a support nightmare is what you call it. So that's what we're referring to there with the multiple versions. So to avoid all this, we decided we would get everything set up in a fashion that is low maintenance for us, but makes it easier for people to contribute in a way that everyone can win, right? So the idea is people find a bug or something, pull request it, right? And then we've got actions and stuff set up to build all the dependencies and stuff. We're not outputting releases or anything yet. We need to figure all that stuff out. But the idea here is this stuff's not going away. And if we continue to be standoffish against it, it's going to bite us later, is essentially what it comes down to. And then this has driven some other stuff, like I was just saying with the dev environment stuff. And then on top of that, then we come up to the next topic of 2.15. I said 2.14 would be the last minor version. But this kind of stuff would be there. Oh, I need to reply this too. One of the other things I forgot was that with retro purple, we should show protocol plugins in the plugin list so we can easily see the version numbers. Without that, support is going to be much harder. So yeah, that's kind of the rolling ideas here for so some of the ideas for 2.15.0 is number one, yesterday, or was it the day before, so I was digging through all the Win development stuff. I stumbled across some stuff I apparently just either didn't notice before or didn't care about. That's not here, it's in Pidgin. So there's a script here called, no, where is it? Oh, it's under NSYS. Okay. Pidgin, Win32, NSYS. There's a script here called Generate GTK. Script to build zip file for the GTK runtime to be included in the Pidgin installer. Yeah. This has been one of the things holding us back from updating GTK in Pidgin, and I just didn't realize it was here. And yeah, and what we should do is, oh, this is all pulling all this off. Yeah, so like all this stuff can probably get updated. This is stuff just like anybody could have done forever ago, and I just ignored it because I didn't want to do it, and so did everybody else. So like there's a script here for it, but we should probably go through and update all of these. Actually, you know what? For lulz, why don't we just look at this right now? Like, it doesn't hurt anything to try it right now, right? Whatever. Who cares? Oh, HG bisect. Reset. So it's Pidgin based. It's a script to generate zip file for GTK runtime to be uploaded in Pidgin installer. I don't know why it needs the Pidgin base directory. What the hell does it do that for? GTK runtime stage. Oh, okay. This is just doing the same shit as the other ones we're doing. Seems to be changed every time there's any sort of change. Yep. Alright, for lulz, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Well, this is not helpful at all. Like, alright, cool. It downloaded that. I guess it saw that it was cached. So, like, there's this other PHP script that's out there that we still have running because we needed it for something. And apparently that's being used for this. Download the existing file, so we distribute the exact same file for all releases with the same bundle version. Uh-huh. And it, oh god, it's even using SHA-1s. Right. Devil versions to build their own bundles if the download doesn't succeed. Okay. Was this an actual version of this? So if we go digging, especially in here. I don't think this is the right path. What? I don't know how I got the wrong clipboard, but okay. So there's GTK 2.24. Right, no, we want to go back. It was 2.16 something, right? 2.16.6-3. Yeah, that's from 2010. Jesus. 15 years old, man. So Alright, I guess we would call this bundle 2.24.8.1. 2.24.8.1. I don't have the checksum of this, and of course it's not there. And also, well, we should move these two. Yeah, okay, whatever. This is silly. So before, so Tuesday and Wednesday, I spent a bunch of time trying to redo the WinDev stuff. I was like, you know, just make it go the way it is right now. Let's focus on getting it built. And then we added an activate script to make stuff easier, and so that we can redistribute the built directory. And then people can just use it and do builds and stuff, and make stuff easier. Stuff that probably should have been done 20 years ago, but whatever. Yeah. So hold on. Let's not focus on updating this yet. Let's focus on getting this working with newer stuff. Then we'll work on the newer checksums and everything and blah blah blah, all that stuff, right? That sounds like a better idea. Or better use of our time. Is this dev? Yeah, this is GTK run. Oh, that says run. Wait, what's the difference here? Bundle, one-time bundle version. I think they changed the way the files are named, which is fun. So we were downloading GTK runtime. No. This has nothing to do with the... That's us trying to download... That's us trying to do our stuff. Then we pulled down... Oh, Jesus Christ. What in the fuck? Format for packages is binary URL, name, version, binary validation, source URL, source validation. Ah! Like, I get it, but also, god damn. All right, I know I just said we want to see if this is possible. Let's all right, let's start with this. Is anybody aware of a program where you can give it a list of file names and their checksums and it'll download them? Although I'm realizing there is a much better tool for this job. Huh. So the part of the setup I did with the other one is I ended up using curl and doing all this nonsense and blah blah blah. But I just realized we've tackled a similar problem like this in the past. In, I don't know, maybe a novel way. So we used Ansible to go and grab all the plugins. So we can just say Ansible playbook plugins.yaml, and this will go through the list of third-party plugins, which I think it even downloads, or I guess we update it here. And it's that repos directory is a directory of all of the plugins or of all the plugins under version control, and it's updating all of them, right? And if it doesn't exist, it'll go and grab them, whatever. But it's got Git repos, subversion repos, Mercurial repos, etc. There's no reason why we couldn't build these directories with Ansible too. That simplifies a lot of things. Like a lot of things. This pisses me off because I went through a lot of work with curl to do this. But if we do this with Ansible, it makes a lot more sense. Because like Ansible is gonna like do things better than I was doing them, or I could with curl. Like Ansible, we can give the checksums, we can give it the path, we can tell it where to extract it, we can provide additional arguments, blah 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 blah. And that's a much better idea. Yeah. Like I know Ansible seems like a weird thing for this, but we want to build something we want to build something that's reproducible, right? And that's really the idea for it, where it comes from. And we have to do a bunch of stuff for file management and stuff, and Ansible has all these things built in. So that seems like a good idea. We don't have any secrets, we don't need any secrets or anything, and we should be able to manage all this from there. And then at the end, we can even have Ansible spit out the tarball and stuff. We can even ask it to sign it. we can make it do all the things rather than this. Yeah. Now this might be kind of throwaway-y, but I think it's probably easier than trying to update this and make it modern. Well, maybe not. The validations, this checksum stuff's all weird, and this giant list does not spark joy in me. Oh, although most of those are using SHA. Oh, there's a SHA-1, but then there's a SHA-256. We're checking them locally. I don't know why. That just... Yep. Yep. All right. So a bunch of these failed, but quite a few of them did work. A bunch more broken than there was last time. Oh, but this was just GitHub repos. It didn't even get to anything else. All right. Well, whatever. You guys get the idea here. So plugins.yaml just says roles, plugins, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Do we want... Yeah, there's no reason why we couldn't just do it as two different playbooks in the same Ansible repository. Like, that should be fine. I don't know, does that seem crazy? Or does everybody just not have an opinion? Alright, okay, so we don't have a Pidgin Ansible. Oh, I'm in assets. What the shit? Yep. I was like, that's way too many files. Inventories. I didn't move. Yep, my bad. Don't need a -8 for a move. Alright. Post. just localhost. Children playbook host local. Yep, that should be fine. Yep. This will be GTK2 Win32 GTK2 bundle. Yeah. Roles is Win32 GTK2 bundle. No, put that back. Scratch. We'll say workspace. Yeah, we'll start with that. Okay. Make directory role, CD role, make directory tasks, CD tasks. Shit, what did I call this again? Win32 GTK2 bundle. Make directory Win32 GTK2 bundle. Oh, I did this backwards. Okay. Oh, I guess it just figured it out. Okay. All right, we're gonna put a whole bunch of variables, a whole bunch of other crap in here, and that's fine. A-okay, fine. But we are going to start with shit. How do you download a URL in Ansible again? Roles, team, city, cd, task, divide, agent.yaml. Create the directory, download, build agent, get URL. Ansible. Wait, I'm already screwing this up. Yep. Name. Download. GTK runtime. Ansible built-in get URL. Yep, that's fine. So I think I can just say dest is what do we say? Workspace something. No, it's not. Yeah, workspace. Should be okay. So we're gonna say GTK runtime URL. Right, we have to figure out exactly which one we were using before. So before we were pulling down this GTK underscore win32.zip. So just that file, right? GTK plus. Yep. So if we're pulling down this one, we should just be able to grab this. Oh, we've got .10. What was the last GTK version? I don't know if they have. Yeah, let me mention GTK 2. Well, no, the last one was 2. Hold on. Download.gnome.org. Oh, we need to do that too. Part of this too is a lot of these URLs, they still work, but they're getting redirected all around, and that's just multiple round trips of shit we just shouldn't need to do. Right? So GTK 2.24, 33. So they stopped doing Windows binaries at 10. sucks, but it's better than 2.16 from 2009. Or sorry, from 2010, September 12th, 2010. We're going to jump all the way up to, oh, okay, I guess that's not that much further, 2012, but, all right, whatever. But one of the first things is, you'll notice this is http://ftp.gnome.org/pub, blah, 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 and then we end up on downloads at gtk.org, right? So that's a big difference there. So, yep. GTK runtime checksum. I do not have a checksum there. Ansible built-in get URL. Checksum's passed in this parameter. The digest of the destination file will be calculated after it's downloaded, ensure its integrity, and verify the transfer completed successfully. Format, algorithm, checksum, or URL. Yeah, right. So this is the other reason. Like, Ansible will just do this. Like, we don't have to worry about it. But we do have to get a checksum of this file, which they don't have for the Windows stuff. Because why would you need that, right? I can't imagine why you would need that. So we're gonna have to download it, but that's okay. John 256//GTK blah. We're gonna assume that's right? I don't know. It looks all right. Okay. So we've got dest. Destination's gonna go to the workspace. I think that's okay. Let's see, what does Ansible say here for dest? Nope. Don't care about attribute ciphers. Oh, this is no, yeah. Client or client key decompress. Whether attempt to decompress gzip content encoded responses. Yeah, that's fine. Absolute path where to download the file to. If dest is a directory, either the server provided file name or if none provided, the base name of the URL of the remote server we used. If a directory forces no effect. If dest is a directory and the file will always be downloaded regardless of the force and checksum option, replaced only if the contents change. That's fine. Owner, I see role, I see type, I see user, timeout, if writes URL. GTK runtime URL. We're doing all this as variables because obviously we want to be able to change it easily. Where was it? Checksum? Yes, checksum. Right. This won't extract this directly, but that's okay. We might end up doing this a different way too, but we'll see what happens. So, force basic off headers. Oh, you can even do headers. Interesting. All right. Well, let's see if this part works so far. Ansible playbook Win 32 GTK bundle. What? Oh, I've got a tab apparently. Yep. Okay, so it doesn't like that didn't exist. That's fine. That's a-okay. Name, create workspace directory. all state directory. Built-in.file. You're supposed to fully qualify these now. That's why this looks weird. State directory. Yep. Name. Workspace. Okay, yep, cool. So, now in our workspace Win32, we've got the file. I already validated the checksum. Right? And we should be able to check that by doing something silly like this. So that was a 5. We changed it to a 6. Yep. Or wait. The checksum for that is incorrect, right? Cool. Yep. Look at that. All that work. Just because we're using a better tool for this task. Okay. So we have to go through and do this for all the stuff, which is doing this as a variable the way I did it is good for starting. It's not great for everything else though. Oh. Hold on, I'm gonna take this. 1 second streaming. Oh, I missed. We're back. All right, sorry about that. It was my mom calling. Oh. And you gotta answer the phone for your mom, right? They dinged me on Slack too. Oh, I didn't read that. Okay, whatever. All right, so what we're gonna do to make this a little bit easier. I have to look at the exact syntax again because I don't remember names. Because why would I remember that? Actually, maybe it's in here. No, it isn't there. I don't know why this is here, but sure. This sets up SSH for everything, but yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So in Ansible, you can dynamically create a dictionary. You can create a list of dictionaries as your loop items, and then you can just set it at it. So right, so we can change to say download dependencies. Well, maybe we want to put that here. Right, so we can change this to say loop equals N32 dependencies. I'll explain more why we're looking at it this way in a second. So then we'd say item.url item.checksum, right? And then here we change this to say Win32 dependencies. We can just build a list right here too, right? So we don't even have to give it a name per se. Hey, mister. We can, but I'm going to try to avoid that. So we're just say URL equals this. Checksum equals this. I guess I didn't even have to type checksum, but whatever. Right, so now this should still work, should still do the same thing and everything. We should be good. Or I messed up the template. Oh, right, I need to do it this way. I think. Oh, or do I have to say vars dot? I might have to say vars dot. But I still might have to put that in double braces. Loop value must resolve to a list, not stir. You're so in the way, mister. Too much scratchies. I was like, damn, dude, I just came here to get some treats. Being all aggressive. There you go. Get spoiled. Get spoiled, son. Hi. What? Oh, you don't want the treats? You just want the lovies? Aye. Yeah, he just wants lovies. No, he's just a tail. A tentacle. Oh, mister. Alright, so I should be able to say this, I think. No, that's not the right thing. Cool. Sure, let's give it a name, because then we can use it as, so we can say loop item, I think it is. What's the, we do this somewhere. Do this in the IP range, I think so. Common. It's under firewall. Firewall. Oh, it's loop control. Label equals item dot name. So I had to look it up. Loop control label item dot name. Right. Alright, so then we can say name GTK2. We don't have to put the version in there. Or we can say GTK plus 2. Right, so then when we run this, yep, so now it'll say localhost item GTK plus 2, and then we can do this for each part. Alright, so now, oh, we updated GTK, but that's okay. I suppose we should update glib too. But we're gonna glib 2. I think that's the right syntax for it. This is the part that sucks, is just, you know, getting all this stuff in here and going. Lib 2.28 is still really freaking old, but it's still way newer than what we have. I think what we're going to do is we're going to cheat here. Man, I wish I would have thought of this the other night. I would have gotten so much further with what I was doing if I'd done this with Ansible the other night. Alright, good. Checksum failed. Oh, okay. Oh, I have to give it a fake checksum. It's probably going to complain that it's not the right size, but we'll see what happens. If it does, we'll just copy it from Pidgin 2. Checksum format isn't valid, yeah. Fine. Like, all I want to do is have it tell me the checksum to use. Which is totally not the way you're supposed to do this, but it is totally the way that I'm going to do it. Alright, so now this one should pass. Cool, right? And as it's looping through, right, it's going to do each of these separately, and we're going to go from there. Alright, so... we need to get ATK. We were using 1.32. We're just going to try to push all this to the latest right away. If we run into problems, we'll pull stuff back if we need to, whatever. But in the meantime, it's, you know, if we're going to do this, let's do it at least semi-right and get newest everything. 1.32, what was this? Okay, I guess so ATK has not changed, at least for Windows. Which makes sense, because ATK doesn't actually really work right on Windows. One of the big things in GTK is... oh, glib should be before this, too. They're... GTK 4, they're adding a new accessibility everything. Which is finally adding support correctly for Windows. So, like, Pidgin 3 will be accessible on Windows and actually work on screen readers and shit, because, like, GTK supports that now. Once we get to it, but yeah. We should probably just do all these. And then we can do checksums at once. Cairo 1.10.2 has a bug that can be seen when selecting text. Okay. Did you want to give us a link to the bug? I guess not. Cairo is not here. Where were they downloading Cairo from? There's PyCairo. Oh, them. Okay, well, let's see. Does this redirect? That redirects to... Why does it redirect? Oh, to HTTPS. That's the first redirect. Like I said, this is why we need to change these URLs. Alright, so this took me to here, but that doesn't exist, at least that I can tell. Or it does? Yeah, they sent me a 200. All right. Evening along with Chris. How are you? Oh, am I looking at the wrong... Oh, right. Okay, these are dependencies for GTK, not... Yeah, okay. Well, shit. I guess we're gonna stick with Cairo. I guess we'll go to 1.8.10.4 rather than 10.1. Oh wait, this is Cairo. Was it? Yeah, no, not Cairo Dev. Although maybe this is fixed here. Just chilling, nice. You're doing some Swift code earlier. You were so confused. Oh no, I've heard good things about Swift. I haven't done anything with it. And you know what? Whatever. We'll try this. We'll see what happens. Actually, hold on. We shouldn't need this anymore. At least not for a bit. This will make things easier. Okay, so that's Cairo. Next, we've got expat, which is under dependencies as well. 2.1.0. These have signatures. We should probably check them signatures. I don't think the get URL thing has a... Yeah, it says self-signed certs. We might have to figure that out. Right now, we're just gonna drop it into our database of shit here, and that's fine. Because like to validate these signatures, we're gonna need public keys and stuff too, which might get messy. Cairo didn't have one, right? I don't think it did. No. All right. So then we got expat, then font config. Looks like 2.8.0.2. Let's just make these all lowercase. More consistent. Okay. And for font config, we've got free type 2.4.10. What did I say? Oh, wait. Free type 2.4.10. There it is. Okay. I don't know. I just wasn't seeing it. And yes, all these checksums are going to fail. That's fine. So we've been working on trying to, what's the right word? I don't have a good way to describe it except explain the whole damn thing. So there's a bunch of people that are out there that are living nostalgically. Let's go with that. And they found interest and have decided in building and cloning old chat protocols by like cloning the server side part of it, right? So that's stuff like MSN escargot, retro aim server, and other stuff like that. Now, other people are interested in this because, they're nostalgic for it too, that kind of stuff. So people have asked us previously to um, bring back the AIM protocol plugin, stuff like that, right? And originally we were hesitant towards it, um, and stuff like that, just because it's not a great use of our time. But the thing I've come to realize is, well, there hasn't been a lot of it so far, but there has been some. One of the problems is people are going to find bugs in our old code. They're either going to fix it and release their own version of a protocol plugin, and then since there's multiple different versions of these things out there, somebody else could do the same thing for another one, and all of a sudden all the users are going to come to us for support, and we're going to spend a buttload of time figuring out what's going on. So to avoid all that, what we're doing is we've created this repository already called Retro Protocol or Purple Retro or Retro Purple rather, which pulls in all of our old protocol plugins, anything that's been deleted, anything that exists, anything that's proprietary. All of them have their full history. That's why there's 11,169 commits here in this GitHub repo. We pulled every commit related to them all the way back to the time of game 0 dot something. And it's all in this repository, all the histories here, everything. And what we're doing is we are building this up to be releasable and installable as just like another package, whatever. And this will give you access to all those old protocols. You can decide which ones you want to compile, which ones you don't, whatever. And this should appease all of that. We have one central source of truth for all of this. We can control it. That'll make it easier for us to support, right? There should only be one copy of this out there, and we don't have to figure out what it is. But that said, this has caused some other interesting issues. I was going to say dilemmas, but it's not really a dilemma. And one of them is, part of this is that we want to auto build everything through GitHub Actions. So like the release process for us is minimal, right? We merge a pull request, we hit a button, it does a release, we're done, right? One of the problems is building on Windows, because building Pidgin on Windows has always been historically a pain in the ass nightmare. So anyways, a long time ago, Renato Silva, I'm not sure how to say their name, created this thing called Pidgin Window, and it works, and it's interesting. This is in the style of way back when Sim Guy, aka Kevin Smith. Is it Smith? No, Kevin. What the fuck is his name? Is it Smith? I think it's Smith. Hold on. I have to go look at the help about box because I can just find out there. Not about. I have box and Pidgin 3 right here. So in Pidgin 3, help about. No, Kevin Stange. There we go. Why the hell was I thinking Smith? Oh, Kevin Smith is fucking Dogma. God damn it. Right, so developers, retired developers. Kevin, some guy Strange. Oh, it's Strange, not Stange. No, it is Stange. I don't know how I thought that T was an R. It was a TR, but whatever. So Kevin Stange built this thing a long time ago called the Win Game Build Fetcher. So WG or Win Game Build Environment Fetcher, WGBEF. And that's roughly what this does. And this is roughly the same thing. It's just updated for Segwin and MSys2 and stuff like that. The issue with that tool and the previous ones and all the other ones that people have done. I know Dogma releases soon. And I'm excited to go see it. But it's going to be a minute. But anyways, one of the problems with this is it requires everybody to download it and have all the stuff set up and blah, blah, blah. It's a pain in the butt. But it's worked. This is what I've used to do the last couple Pidgin releases because it's relatively easy and it'll work. But you have to have the stuff set up and whatever. So one of the things we're doing is Renato Silva has kind of disappeared. They've retired. They haven't done anything on GitHub since 2016 or something. Which okay, fine, sure, whatever. Do what you need to do. It's fine. So I adopted this and pulled it into Mercurial a year or so ago. But then, since we're doing this stuff on GitHub, one of the reasons we're doing it on GitHub is everyone keeps telling me we'd get more contributors if we're on GitHub. So here's your chance, right? So we're putting this experimental, or not necessarily experimental, but mostly, user service things. That's really what it is. We're putting them on GitHub to make it easy for people to contribute and stuff like that. So we've pulled this back into there, but one of the things we're doing is we're making it a bit smarter. So the first thing we did is I pulled in some additional pull requests and other stuff like that that was open on the other repo and went from there. But one of the fun things we're doing here, I guess I didn't say it here. So the problem is to use those environments right now, you need to have the Pidgin WinDev script too, which is kind of annoying, but it's okay. So I have this pull request that will create an activate script that works like a Python virtual environment. So actually I can just show you too. So if we go to Pidgin2 WinDev, or Pidgin2 WinDev, right? If I echo $path, right? There's, you know, pretty standard path, right? But if I say testing Win32dev activate, activating Pidgin WinDev, blah, 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 right? And now I look at my path. Now it's got everything that was set up in that development environment is now on my path. Now I can build. I can't actually build for a couple of reasons because cross-compile stuff doesn't work right. It might work with Wine. I don't have Wine fully set up, that kind of stuff. I didn't want to deal with all that right now. But this does work on Windows. I did test it on Windows. It works fine there, right? But then I can also then deactivate, and my path goes back to normal. So one of the other cool things this does is there is a Pidgin dev top. Is that what the name of it? I don't remember. So if we activate and then, nope, that's not it. What the hell is it? Testing Win32 dev activate. Win32 dev top, my bad, right? Win32 dev top. So that points it to where the Win32 dev directory is. Now that variable is important because if we look at, oh, we can't look at here. If you look at ~p Pidgin release 2.xoi lib purple win32 global.mac, we will see that there's this Win32 dev top directory, which is used all over the place, that points to by default /win32 dev. So what's supposed to happen here is this will get resolved from your top level. So when you type make -f makefile.minghui in the top of the Pidgin directory, this will get evaluated with the root of your Pidgin directory being the current working directory. So .win32 is looking for Win32 in the parent directory. But since this is a make file and this variable is defined with $equals, what that means is if this environment and variable, wait, did I mess that up? Huh. Because actually this should be Pidgin treetop, but that's, huh. Oh, no. Okay, the $equals means if this is not already set via the environment, set it to this value, right? So in the virtual environment, when you activate the dev environment stuff, this gets set, and then it just gets resolved. So what happens is once you activate, your build just works. So you can jump between different directories and all sorts of other fun stuff, and it's fine. And it just doesn't care. It'll work. You don't have to edit any make files or anything like that. Anyway, so the idea there is we're going to build this whole thing. We're going to package it, and then we're going to use it in the build scripts and stuff to then build everything and make sure everything's all using the same crap and working well. Now, in doing all of this, I discovered that there is a newer version of the GTK bundle than we had. I think there was a user that was trying to tell me this a long time ago. But yeah, so there's newer version of the GTK bundle and all that stuff, and there's a buttload of bugs and weird stuff that happens with the version of GTK that we're using on Windows. So any updates we can get to that are ideal. And I ran across a bunch of the scripts and stuff, and that's what we're working on tonight. So the whole Pidgin WinDev thing, the way it exists right now is okay. It works. It's functional. But what we might do, so what I'm doing right now with the GTK stuff, just to even like play around with it, is we're going to put it into Ansible, because Ansible will do downloading, checksumming, blah, blah, blah. And I can tell it how to extract stuff and all that. And I can just let Ansible do all the work. And then if that works well, we'll do the same thing with the dev environment. And then people will get a directory that was created by Ansible, and they can activate it and use it wherever, and everything should be happy and just work. And man, like, I'm gonna stop asking people for their suggestions on stuff. Because like, so I posted this earlier with asking people for opinions and to please leave them on the post. And in IRC, I literally said, so we are contemplating a Pidgin 2.15 release and looking for your opinions. If you have some, please share them on the post. Someone shared them in IRC and then said, I don't feel like making a Discord account to post them, so I'm just posting my thoughts here. So I said these comments are not on the post. Like, all right. Like, I guess you don't care about your opinions being heard because, yep, you didn't put them where they need to be. It's unreal how much people expect open source developers to do for them. Like, oh, I won't create an account to put my comment here, so you can figure it out and keep track of it, and all the other places with all the other stuff you're already doing. Just, I don't know if it's ignorance, apathy, maliciousness. I don't know, man. It's fucking exhausting, is what it is. This is get text runtime. Wow, not much of this is actually updated, so there's not a whole lot to actually worry about. But oh, do we want to say runtime? Yeah, we'll name it get text runtime. I don't know that we need the other one, but it's in the name that way, right? Get text. We got glib. We got GTK. Then we need libping. It's possible we're gonna need more dependencies too. We'll find out as we get there. Well, there's a lot of updates in libping. Libping. We were wrong thing. We were pulling in 1.4.12, which is the latest. Okay. Got libping, then we need pango. Pango is not going to be under dependencies. Right. It's under static. Why have they... Oh. Shit. Well, I don't know why we're pulling it from there. Okay, let's see here. I repackaged stuff from the pthread, zlib. Alright. We're Win32. We have Pango here. I don't know why we have our 1.29.4 there. So I'm going to assume we can use this. The problem is so much of the stuff wasn't documented as to why it was done in any particular way. So it's just like, oh, okay. I guess I'll take a guess. Maybe I'll just go figure it out. Deal with other people's laziness again. Okay, and then zlib. Zlib shouldn't be here, though. No, zlib should be under dependencies. At least I think it was, because it said it was in the thing. So zlib 1.2.5-2? 1.2.8. Alright, well, we'll grab this and go from there. Again, we can always update this all later. The whole point of this is just creating something we can actually work with that's easily maintainable. And, you know, right now we have a list of URLs and everything. And this is a script that's built around that entire thing. Right? So it's just like, oh. Yeah. Right. What? Why the hell is there... There's a whole bunch of URLs here. I thought... What? Format for packages is binary URL, name, version, binary validation, source URL, source validation. Alright, so maybe we need some of the other stuff too, but I don't know. Yeah. Alright, anyways. Let's make sure these all download. Oh, right. All of them are going to fail checksums. That's expected. Right, because we didn't know the checksums. We were just like, we're just going to let it figure it out for us. So this is... item ATK. And then Cairo. Expat. Where are we? Font config, expat. Don't ask me how I'm pulling those out. I don't know. Font config. Free type. This is free type, yep. I think one of the other things that's bugging me about this this kind of response stuff too. So all these people are like, well, if Pidgin 3 is taking so long, like, bitch, I'm doing updates on this stuff all the time, and apparently you're too lazy to go read that too. It's just absurd. What is this first fail? Item ATK. Did not match. Did I grab the wrong one? I might have. E6C. Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know how I did that, but sure. Okay, then we are libping I've been using Debian forever. And by forever, I mean 25-ish or not more years. But Basics, you've been here lots of times. And are you really a new Linux user? Yeah, I'm just gonna save the time. Bye. Like looking at your past messages, there's just no reason for you to ever be back here. I'm surprised I haven't banned you previously. Maybe I did. Maybe I just timed you out, but whatever. We're just not even gonna fuck around. Much better use of our time. Alright, so we did libping. We got Pango. Oh, cool. We're almost done. Pango and zlib. Kernel's putting TCP friend and upstream pat. Was there some more context to that, Sinbleed? Because otherwise that's just completely random, it looks like. Alright, so cool. We've got all them files. Sweet. It's weird that this didn't URL decode, but okay. I don't know how that's gonna happen later, but we'll see. Oh, it's because we put it here. What if I do that? What's gonna happen there? Is it gonna fail? It might fail, I don't know. Alright, that's better. Oh, cool. Gotcha. Okay. Download and validate something. Use our own keyring to avoid adding stuff to the main keyring. This doesn't use GPG sign because we don't this validation to be bypassed when people are skipping signing output. Instant Messaging Freedom is a non-profit that Pidgin is underneath. Back when we got sued by AOL for the last time, well, when we settled, rather than playing legal cat and mouse with them, Instant Messaging Freedom was created to be the legal identity, so that could get sued rather than the lead developer of Pidgin, in the event anything like this ever happened again. So the reason you're seeing it as a donation thing and all that is, for whatever reason, PayPal Giving finally added us, and Twitch can now see it. We've been trying to get this set up for like 2-3 years. But yeah, so Instant Messaging Freedom, which is there not a link to it directly? Is what under the GPL? Instant Messaging Freedom is a non-profit. It doesn't technically have source code. So what would be under the GPL? But instantmessagingfreedom.org, the president, John Bailey Jr., that's Reconaro in chat, who's here every once in a great while. Matthew's never here. Obviously, me. John again. Ethan hasn't been here in a long time. Richard has been here occasionally. Peter Lawler, I think, popped up a couple times. I don't think Cloak's ever been here, or Patrick Cloak's ever been here. But Matthew used to work on ADM. Patrick works on Thunderbird, even today. He worked on a libpurple front end for Mozilla Azul stuff called Instant Bird. So if you ever used Instant Bird, that was Petrocloak. What are you talking about, Sinbleed? InstantMessagingFreedom.org is a nonprofit. If you're, it sounds like you're mixing up keep.iamfreedom.org, which this is where all the projects under I Am Freedom are running or are hosted using HD Keeper, which is a Mercurial code hosting tool that I wrote. But Instant Messaging Freedom itself is a full-blown 501c3 registered nonprofit in the United States. But like we have board meetings and stuff. You'll see we're due for one soon. We're trying to get that going. But yeah. Yeah, we should be. So here's our EIN. Apparently you can't link to this anymore directly unless that's changed recently. All right, it's messaging freedom. Bink. Yeah, see, there's nothing here. Maybe you're for a link, but yep. Oh yeah, I can't link you, but yep, we are up to date. We are current. Yes, we go back to 2008. We've been here a very, very long time. That's not my address because I'm not in Ohio. But yeah. So anyways, so with my birthday coming up, Facebook was like, "It's your birthday. You should do a fundraiser for a charity." And I was like, I doubt it, but is Instant Messaging Freedom in here yet? And it was, to my surprise. Like I said, we've been trying to get it there for years. So I quickly set up a campaign there. And then I was like, I wonder if it shows up on Twitch now. And oh shit, it does. So my channel is just, because like, it's not that it's not appreciated to get donations and subs and stuff on Twitch, but like, it's like coffee money, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But like, I can't sustain myself off of it. So like, I would rather have it go to the nonprofit because then it's tax exempt donation, blah, 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 all that stuff. And then, you know, we can decide what to do with the money to help projects and stuff like that, rather than, oh, great, I get to buy an extra coffee this month, right? I don't even drink coffee, but, you know, I get to go out to dinner this month, right? It's just, it seems like a better use of it. All right, so that downloads everything. Or no, that's validate file. So download and validate does the download. It doesn't extract. Process package. Validation, split 3, download and validate. That doesn't extract? Oh, there's extract. Okay, that's what RPM to zip is for. Downloading file, validates file. Then, based on the extension, okay, then it just calls unzip. All right, so what do these files look like? Okay, good. That's what I want to see. I don't really care about the manifest stuff. That's not ideal, but that's okay. Okay, so that's ATK, that's fine. Cairo, okay. Expat looks fine. Font config, good, good, good. Oh, we should do that. Okay. We need to change this up a little bit. We need to make directory downloads. Sure. What? How does this run as root? It's not set UID. How the fuck do these files all get root? Like, I just ran it like that. That's weird. Very weird. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, with the donation stuff too, you can still do normal Twitch subs and all that stuff too, rather than the donations. The donations are just the Prime thing. Or the prominent thing. Prime thing sounds like I'm talking about Prime Gaming. Yeah, what the fuck? I don't understand how this happened. Like, Ansible shouldn't have been able to do this. It had to... Something's got to be set UID here. Or, no, not necessarily. I can create a file as root, right? Yeah, so, like, I didn't specify any of this. You can, as a normal user, choose to root. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Okay, so that's what's going on. We obviously don't want that. Ansible current user. I don't get a variable with the name of the user running. Yeah, this is what I want. You shouldn't need an Ansible user ID. If you gather facts such as nailed by default playbooks, there's a built-in variable that is called Ansible user ID that provides a username task being run as. You can then use this variable in other task templates with Ansible user ID to save. Okay. So what I should be able to do now. Shit, I need the... owner group mode. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was owner or user. The problem is I jump between Salt and Ansible all the time, and I can never remember anything. Because in Salt, it's user, and here in Ansible, it's owner. I hope there's an Ansible group ID. Okay, well that link doesn't work anymore. Effective user ID, effective group ID. That looks better. Well, like DuckDuckGo search engine results is decreasing quality over the years. I mean, all search engines have. DuckDuckGo has always been hit or miss for me. Google has gotten ridiculously worse though. Just like not even funny bad. Like, I had one earlier today. I heard that Mason 1.8.0. Mason is a build system that we use for Pidgin 3, and we use it for all our other stuff too. And I somehow fat finger typoed it on my phone, and it became Mason changelog. I typed a G instead of a C. Right, I'm on my phone. Whatever. Right. Hold on. I don't know that I can easily pull or easily share the image on stream, but the AI overview said The term Mason changelog is not a standard or widely recognized term within the context of the Mason build system or related technologies. It seems to be a misinterpretation or a typo. Here's what might be the intended term and what it refers to. Just like this is going to replace developers. This is going to replace anything. If any, it's going to hopefully replace stupidity, because it's so stupid that it's just going to set a new low boundary for stupidity. Because fuck, man, just like Jesus. Um, 132 GTK bundle. I kind of want to do these as separates, but whatever. Not affiliated, but you've been using Kagi, and you kind of really like it. That's a search engine? Okay, effective user ID is not what we want. Okay, there's user ID and user GID. There's user UID, user ID. All right, whatever. User UID, user GID. What the hell? Maybe we want real group ID and real user ID. Real group ID. All right. Ansible C facts. It's like debug something. Yeah. How is this root? There's no reason this should be root. Oh. This is probably because I have sudo no password. Okay. So, in theory, that should do it. In theory. And then I shouldn't even have to do the rest of this because just it'll be running as me the whole time. No, it's still root. What the fuck, man? Operation not permitted. It won't let me Okay, hold on. So now it looks like it's failing because I'm trying to set owner and group. Okay, yep. Because I'm trying to set it now when I can't become root. That's when it's freaking out. Okay, that's fine. It's probably because I should be using the seashell. No. No, the problem was because I'm set up to not require a password for sudo. So Ansible was just the Ansible config was set up to automatically switch to root for whatever tasks, and then anything that was setting a permission and stuff, it needed to be root for that, and that's why everything was becoming root, and it was just working because sudo was allowing it. So by telling it to not change users, I might have to switch modes, but let's see, everything's owned by me now. But I don't know why it's 775, but okay. And these are probably like 664, yeah. Yeah. Is there something in Ansible config for 200? 200? Nope. Mask. Nope. Ansible umask. Like, I just wanted to do whatever the default is. If mode is not specified and the destination file system object does not exist, the default umask on the system will be used when setting the mode for the newly created file system object. If mode is not specified and the destination file, whatever. Okay, it's fine. It's close enough, right? I don't care. It should be 220. No, 022. Why it's 002, I don't know. But I really don't care enough to figure it out. Alright, so we got our downloads. Now we need to extract everything. We should actually be okay without that file for now. So my goal here, I don't know how well it's gonna work, but we're gonna try to build a directory, then we're gonna scopy it over to my Windows machine, and we're gonna try to point Pidgin at it. And if it works, cool. We got downloads, workspace, N32, GTK, bundaloo, slash, I guess we'll call it root. Okay, Ansible built-in on archive. Can we do this all at once? Okay, whatever. Remote absolute path with archive should be unpacked. Wait, so what does remote mean here? Remote source. Local path to archive file to copy can be absolute or relative. Remote source. Package on target server to existing archive file to. If remote source is yes and source contains : the remote machine will download the file from the URL first. It's only for simple case. For full download support, okay, use build. Okay, that's fine. Right, okay. Yep. Alright, so we want to do Ansible.builtin.unarchive. We definitely need loop. To dependencies. To control. Label. Item.name. Source. Oh, we don't have the file name. Ansible template base file name. I broke it. Okay. Maybe Piehole was having kittens and it died. I don't know. Get a path's base name. All right, so this is just filter called base name. Examples. Okay, good. I assumed that was there, but I'm like, I don't know. All right, so we need to say source : workspace win32 GTK bundle / downloads. We're gonna fix all these paths later. Right now, this is just the case for now. Item.url pipe2 base name. I hope that'll work. We might be okay. And it's just destination. Yeah. This should be the output path. So workspace win32 GTK bundle / root. That looks like it did the right thing. Cool. That looks a-okay, I think. Yep. Ugh. It's almost like this is the right tool for the job. Extract equals 1. Extract is, I don't know what column. 4. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3. What? Oh, okay. If they pass in extract. Otherwise, there, it's passed in. How dare I? Well, I don't know that's appropriate tooling, but it's a tool that's much better for the job than writing a custom shell script. That's for sure. Download and validate. Okay, and then if it has a source, we grab that too. That puts it into a source directory. I don't know what the source directory is used for. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I thought it was the 10xAI devs. You know, the whole 10 developers that still look up to Musk. Generate zip file will be included in the. So this is all this does. This is pretty ridiculous. I don't know why we put the source in here though. I guess that's for GPL requirements. Yeah, the 10 developers that XAI still employs. Yeah. I don't know that we have this zip file anywhere. Oh, look at that. We do. Like, this is fine. We can, you know. We'll rework this a bit, which is fine. But this is literally all we do. This is, wow. We could have done this a long ass time ago and not pissed off a ton of people. That's the sad part of a lot of this. It's just like, oh, if we had known how this was not this bad, we'd be fine. So go back to this. Where the hell's the list of files? Oh, there we go. Oh, form as binary URL, name, version, binary validation, source URL, source validation. So, name, version, binary validation, source. I guess there's multiple sources, right? This is definitely bash. What the fuck is this syntax? I don't know what that syntax is. Does anybody know what that bash syntax is? Because I sure don't. This. or this. Split equals parens variable. I guess that turns it into an array. Right? Like, what else could it do? But like, I don't. So download and validate. URLs equals 2. Oh, there it is. Okay. So it changed. Fuck. All right. So it set ifs to pipe, turns it into an array using ifs as a pipe, and then it resets ifs to old ifs. So, okay, so there's more of them there. And then it goes to the URLs and then the validation URL somewhere. Yeah. Okay. I'm not too worried about having a bunch of these, because we just need like the first ones, right? That means we need to go back to our big old list, which is okay, but our big old list of fun time stuff. Not sure why that worked. I guess it ignored it. Yeah, whatever. So source URL, source checksum. So ATK was in Pioneers Win 32. I'm blind. All right, we grabbed 1.32.0.2. I'm guessing this is dev. What do the old ones say? Oh, no, it's under sources. Okay. Right, dev should be for compiling against. We might need that later, but that's not the source. The sources. ATK is here somewhere. 1.32. Right. We'll grab the bzip 2s. Source checksum. I don't know. We have to play this game again. Presumably we'll need. Oh, don't make that a thread. Whatever, it's fine. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, I think what we want to do this how this works? I think this is how it works. Let's find out if that's how it works. Okay, good. I guess it's gonna keep going where. We're gonna put everything in here, including the dev stuff. Because in theory, we're gonna use this to rebuild the dev environment too. Right, so we've got source URL, checksum URL. We should probably change this to say binary URL. But right now we're gonna say dev URL. Right, this is kind of a pain, but it's okay. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world at all. Would have been nice if I noticed it right away, but what are you gonna do, right? Is what it is. Right. And actually, we can just update this right away. Once I can find it. Download. Binary dependencies. Binary URL. Item.binary checksum. Yep, that should take care of that. Again, we've got more stuff we got to do. That's okay. Not the end of the world. Yeah. This becomes binary URL, binary checksum. Alright, binary URL, binary checksum. I don't have a good way to. Oh, I suppose we could do it that way. Let's go on sugar-free streaming. Welcome, welcome. URL / 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 binary URL. Good. I thought I did %, but I didn't. Okay. All right. Oh, and then it's binary. Well, I'm not too worried about the signatures. It'd be ideal if we could check the signatures, but there's so few of them that it seems not worth the time to bother with them. Right, and all this stuff is super old. If it's backdoored or anything, we're screwed. So Cairo. 32 dependencies. Cairo 1.10.2-2. Oh, right. We're looking for dev. 1.10.2. Yeah, that's it. Why don't we do this actually? Come back to that in a minute. Building big old data files. Big data. All the big data files. Expat. We grabbed expat 2.1.0-1. 2.1.0-1. Expat dev. Copy link. Okay. Font config under dependencies. Dev 2.8.0.2. Is that the right version? 2.8.0.2. Oh, I need dev. Free type 2 under dependencies. I didn't catch the version. 2.4.10-1. 2.4.10-1. Free type dev. Copy link. Bam. Get text runtime 1.8 or 0.18.1.1-2. Runtime dev. Copy link. Bam. But yeah, so we'll download all this stuff. Part of this is going to do the Win32 dev directory, I guess, because this should be the stuff that's in there, right? At least I think it is. Dude, really? Right the fuck in the way? Why's your lip all messed up again, too, huh? You saying big data there just pooped Princess Bride into your head? I don't think that word means what you think it means. Yes. I was like, what, who the hell says big data and Princess Bride? Like, I know it's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but what? Like that can't be right. So where does this, so this also has a whole bunch of this stuff. So what does it get for the gnome base? Huh. Yeah, I don't know why this is pulling in GTK 2.14 even. This. Huh. Well, we'll see what happens when we get to that part of it. Right now, we're just going to gather all this and go from there. Hey, mister. Come sit. More cozy. More comfy. Look at all these treats you got. Look at these treats. They're jumping. They're like jumping beans. Actually, that makes me wonder. I don't know if they're actually even called that, but Mexican jumping beans. What actually are these things? Are seed pods that have been inhabited by the larva of a small moth and are native to Mexico. Really? Pod is usually tan to brown, and they from the shrubs, whatever, often referred to as jumping bean. However, they are not related to actual beans, but rather just spurges. The beans are considered non-toxic, but are not generally eaten. In the spring, when the shrub is flowering, moths lay their eggs on the shrub's hanging seed pods. When the eggs hatch, the tiny larvae bore into the immature green pods and begin to devour the seeds. The pods ripen, fall to the ground, and separate into smaller segments, and those segments are called the Mexican jumping beans. The tiny larvae inside curl up and uncurl. They hit the capsule's wall, and the bean appears to jump. They move more as temperatures rise. The larvae eats away inside of the bean and attaches itself to the inside of the bean with silk thread. Interesting. Mister. So, big data question. How many unique rows is big data? Nowadays, a lot. Billions? How many billions? Tens? Hundreds? I don't know. But like... But like a Raspberry Pi should be able to handle a database with millions of rows now. And like millions of rows used to be big data. 15-ish, whatever years ago, right? Shit, 15 years ago was 2010. Fuck. 20 years ago? Maybe more. Yeah, at least 7. You went from completely ignoring me a couple days ago for months to now coming up here looking for attention, not even wanting treats. Look at that, 4 treats right there. It's like, wait, maybe I might want them. There you go. I'd say you probably do big data. But I mean, I think the definition of big data depends on industry too, right? Your last job was senior data engineer manager. You got laid off. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. What? Oh, you ate them all. You want more? I'll give you 2 more. Get your eye goop. Get your eye goop. He's right in the monitor away, so it's hard. People think I have big bandwidth too, then I giggle if they only knew. I mean, if you don't have a whole lot of media, then yeah. 8th row? What? What are you talking about? Oh, 8th row in the database because you have 7. Sorry. Context switching's hard. Too much context switching. What do we grab? We grab 2.24.10. I can only see part of my screen. Alright, what? No, glib. I went to GTK, not glib. 2.24. Dude, you are killing me here. 2.24.10. Dev URL. Okay, bye. I can see my screen again. Yay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I suppose. A lot of your stuff could even be peer-to-peer. Could be, but my data internally requires a lot of bandwidth, but really, it's sub 10 gigs? That's nice. And sorry if I made anybody yawn. It came out of nowhere. I couldn't stop it. It's my Batman voice. Did you like it? 2.28.8.1. Where's the download URL? Blue tape? Oh, it's not blue tape, it's green tape, but yes. Very obvious on the white screen. Should be gone now. Yep, okay. We got the GTK, 3D, the lib pig. We're back under dependencies. Lib ping, what did we grab? Yeah, no worries, no worries. Oh no, you got the color wrong. That means I'm not gonna fix it. Right, whatever. It was just informational, the correction. Bingo is back under Win32. We're gonna grab zlib while we're here. 1 dot something. 25, 1, 2, copy link. And then we're gonna fill in Pango. Pango. Whoa. $29.4. Okay, again, I don't know that we need the dev stuff, but it might be nice. Yeah, so let's, well, yeah. Ah, you think big data is your ally? You merely adopted the data. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the sequel. Or sorry, I didn't see the SQL until I was already a man. By that time, it was nothing to me but blinding. Oh, I'm supposed to be looking at the graph. I was like, what are you showing me? I can't zoom in no more. There we go. Wow. That's impressive. Most impressive. I can't get the zoom right, but yeah. That's pretty crazy. And it's Simpsons guy. Worst impression ever. All right. Let's get some source URLs in here. All right. Well, actually, let's get these all figured out first. The download crap. All right. Ugh. Let's do that part too. Where is it? You have to keep enough transit in case you have to handle media. Yeah, that sucks. All right, we're gonna do. Originally, I was thinking we were gonna do these as separate, but it makes more sense to just do them all in one spot. So let's do this. Workspace. You had to handle media for all that SIP, it would exceed 100 gig. Yikes. Yeah, I can see your peers. Yeah. They'd be like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I'm sorry. It just came out of nowhere. Initialize variables. Ansible.built-in.set facts. Yeah. Okay. How do I actually use this though? Been a long time. Oh, I was looking wrong thing. Okay, yep. All right, you just give the name and then whatever. Yeah, okay. So what we're gonna do here is a dictionary. Dictionary. Right. So then we can say Win32 downloads. Right. 32 binary root. We'll leave workspace, and then we can say Win32 download. Should be download directory. Root directory. binary root, or we'll just say binary directory. We don't need to put root in there. DWDM gear is fucking money. I don't know what DWDM, something. Yeah, I don't know, I got nothing. So now the destination can just become bloop, bloop, win 32. All right, this is win 32 downloader. This should be a directory though. Dense wave division multiplexing. Oh, that's like multiple wavelength fiber, right? That's what the dense wave means. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Like, see, I know bits and pieces of stuff. I just, acronyms are my struggles. RAM 32 downloader. Alright, we actually don't need the slashes here. They're not going to hurt anything, but we're going to get rid of them because I was thinking we need them to tell it, but we're creating the directories, so the directories will exist on disk. They'll figure it out. There's dense and coarse. Coarse is 8 or 12 colors. Oh, interesting. Oh, instead of one color laser to shove your data down a piece of fiber, it's like 28 colors. Huh. And it was only possible once we got Blu-ray lasers, or once we got blue lasers. Well, you'd had green and red, but yeah, and white, but had a vendor pitching you DWDM today. 100 grand for basically just point to point. Fuck that. .32 binary dir. Yay, it should have done variable sooner. Alright, let's make sure this still works. Oh. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Build the parts inventory with auto plugin. Tool tabs are you? Oh shit. Yep. In my inventory, I have tabs. Damn. And I copy pasted it. Oh, I suppose I can just. That seems to have all worked fine. Cool. Cool. So, now we're going to do the same thing with download dev dependencies. I guess we can download everything. Well, we'll do them one at a time. Download dev dependencies. This is going to fail real bad, but that's okay. We didn't do any of the checksums yet. That's why it's going to fail. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can use about 5 or 6K in secondary market switches and SFPs and basically get what you need. Yeah. For the DWDM, they run like 25-ish 100 gig channels, but only I need 100 gig total. Yeah. That seems fine. Why do these all change? Oh, I didn't do the dev. Well, we don't need it yet, but you know, none of those should have changed. Interesting. Alright, ATK is supposed to have this checksum. Woo! Cairo. Item Cairo. Expat. I don't know how I'm sniping those out of here, but I am. Font config. Free type. Get text runtime. Glib2. GTK. Like, this seems silly, but this is also just so much easier. Like, yeah, it sucks. I gotta build this big giant file of checksums, but I would have to do this regardless. Or checksums and URLs and everything, right? There's no getting around this because we need to download this shit. The other benefit is, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this download directory. I wonder, yeah, we should do that too. I think it's just you. How's it going? Oh, I thought that was Morgos. But either way, how's it going, Matt? Welcome, welcome. How are you? Similar color to Morgos. Won't load the video? Uh-oh. Twitch said no more. You've had enough. You have cost us too much money. We will no longer let you see the stream. I know you can't hear me. That's why it's funnier. The lib. But yeah, so one of the other things we can do with this too is we can create an artifact of all of these binaries or all of the download directory, so we can keep a cache, which will be very nice to have. Very nice. Works on my machine. Oh, it's extracting. That's changing. Weird. Wonder why font config didn't change, but whatever. All right, download the dev dependencies. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah. Why do we still get that? Oh, because I didn't change it. Okay, yeah, that's my bad. All right, now we can extract the dev dependencies to a dev root. I wonder if we... Let's do this. Download, extract binaries. Create binary archive. No, that's not gonna work. Yeah, that should be fine. We should be able to extract the dev one right on top. So assuming the dev stuff looks the same. Glib dev. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that should be fine. And I don't know why we didn't do this way either. But what we should be able to do in theory is just take all of this. So if you have we should be able to take the one archive, extract it, then take this archive and extract it on top of it, and then you should get everything you'll need, I think. But we'll play around with that when we see. So, and maybe we should do it this way. Well, whatever, we'll get there later. Win32 dev directory. Dev root. Okay. Download directory item dev URL. Base name. Dev directory. I should have gotten that already. Okay, oh, failed. Win32 dev directory is undefined. Oh, I didn't put it into set facts. I thought I did. I did, but I didn't. I forgot to fix the name. Yeah, I've had it happen sometimes with me with Twitch too. Like you got to close the tab and reopen it, and then the video works. And other weird shit like that. All right, so now we've got the dev root. Oh wow. Yeah, GTK demo and everything in here too. Like this seems like a much better setup than the nonsense that our other stuff does. But whatever, it's okay. We'll go from here. Okay, we gotta do the source stuff yet, but let's try something silly first. So zip -9 32 ansible dot zip binary root star 9R. There's a way to strip path or something because we want the I don't want the binary root part. Oh, grab, don't compress, exclude, do not add directory entries. All right, so instead, I need to do something like I want the top level to say Win32 or something. Actually, what the hell is it even called? I think it's just GTK. Did this reboot? I don't know. So part of the problem here is, well, maybe it's okay. There's some registry keys and other stuff that gets set for where to find GTK. I don't know the specifics of it, but it looks like we plop them all into GTK. How's it going, Temporus? Yeah, I mean, it's a thing, unfortunately, and sometimes we have to deal with it. 13 megs. That sounds roughly right. What is our file on SourceForge? What's the size of that? $12.4. Okay, so yeah, that's right in the right ballpark. Am I all right anyway? Yeah, I'm fine. We'll do this quick so I can do this better. Do. Yeah, I thought that might be. Okay. P. More Pidgin directories. I dropped it in workspace. Okay, so Win32 Ansible. I know you can't see this. That's fine. I just need to go to C. Sure, my documents. Now where we go up a directory. That's my home directory, I think. Win32 Ansible. Sure, just drop there. Copy. Okay. Win as copy done. I hate Windows. I don't care about recents. Like, Windows is such garbage. Wait, oh. Yeah. Alright, so I should have a Win32. No, where the fuck did I put it? I thought I put it in here. This isn't where I copied it to. Where did I copy it to? %99 sure I put it in here, but I don't see it. There should be a zip file. It says Win32 Ansible. Am I blind? Users Grim. Oh shit, did I like put it into OneDrive or something? No. I dropped it onto something here. Haha. I accidentally put it into videos. What a great setup. Nope. Where is, oh, extract all. Yeah. All right, so binary root. Okay. So I don't think we need the contents file. I don't know what that is, but I don't think we need it. All right, so we need to get Pidgin to look at this. Now, I don't remember how to do that, but I believe there's a bunch of registry keys that get set up. That or I just move it to the GTK directory. That's an option too. H key local machine. Read registry. GTK runtime selection. Okay, it looks like we just put it into GTK. So maybe there's not a registry key. Or is there? We add the GTK bin directory to the path for some reason. I don't know what HKey local machine at paths key is supposed to be for. All right, well, let's just try this. Okay, I don't know of a good way to test or to validate this. Air loading Pidgin DLL cannot find. Okay. Let's try this from a command. Of course not. Oh, we might need to do that. Okay, so found GTK, attempting to load Pidgin DL air loading. I don't know what to do from this step. Oh, I gotta pee. That's what I know I need to do. I need to get pee and get water, so I'll be right back. Oh, we just missed an ad too. Sorry about that. Be right back. Much better. Got some granola bars too. So isn't there some bullshit about like registering a DLL or something? Dude, nosy cat. Nosy. Alright. So nosy. Eat your treats. The ones you begged for. Just go eat them. Now, you want oats and honey? Oats and honey is good for kitties. Yeah. Unzip to log, pop line, success, detail print, offline installer. HK current user. Same bullshit. A plugin got installed with the file name of .dll. Nice. Installation, spell checking. I don't see anything else about GTK here. There's the uninstaller. It would be more fun if you could like cuddle with me when I was in bed rather than while I'm trying to work. Um, yeah, oh, 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 oh. That's going to be the problem, isn't it? There's some tool Ian uses for this. He mentioned it on one of the tickets. Or on one of the pull requests, rather. I guess. No, that's not actually what I wanted to do. I don't know if this will work on a 32-bit executable, but we'll find out, won't we? Jesus Christ. Yeah, Windows so much easier to develop for. Look at all this nonsense here. I thought I saw a splash screen. Oh, apparently I went around the GUI. I don't know how I'm supposed to use this exactly, but that all looks okay. Let's open Pidgin. Yeah, I'm still not sure what the SSP0 DLL is. I know it's used for some shit, but I don't know what. We cannot find libATK 1.0-0.GTK or whatever, right? So the problem, I think the problem is that then no, it's there. Like, how do I point it towards that? Let's look at the old GTK directory. Yep. 1.0-0.dll. Make sure it's not under lib, should just be, yeah, lib is going to be, yep, it's fine. Yeah. What we really should do is, is it going to work? No. I was hoping it would open the thing again. Retype 6 DLL, GTK picks both query loaders. That's in the old one. That's okay. Gspawn Win32 helper.exe console. Yep. IM modules 2.0. Okay, cool. International DLL, libATK 1.0 DLL, libcairo 2.dll, libcairo G. Oh, okay. That might be a problem. libcairo G object 2 is missing. And libcairo script. No, sorry. This is the new stuff. This is extra. This is not. This is the old one. libexpat 1 DLL, libfontconfig 1 DLL, libgaleutil 18 DLL, libgtk pixbuff. Interesting. Okay, we're mixing GTK pixbuff. But that one's probably pretty important too. lib 2.0, G module, libgobject, libgthread, GTK Win32 2.0, libpango 1.0, libpango cairo, pango oft, libpango Win32 1, pango 1414, pango query module, zlib1 DLL. Okay. Gramic, thank you for the 11 months. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. How are you? All right, so for lulls, like this shouldn't work, but wouldn't that be some shit? Huh. Okay. it looks like that was it. So we're just going to manually copy over the DLO. This one. The cut all bed. Sucks. Go back. Take the day off. You have permission from me. Which will probably get you fired. Yeah, I don't want to work tomorrow, but I need to. I had off this Monday for a holiday, but since I'm an independent contractor, I don't get fucking holiday pay. And then I'm taking off on Monday because it's my birthday, which I will be streaming Monday night. I don't know what time. Probably normal, but it'll be a birthday / normal stream. Like, that's really bugging me that I had one that was the whole name and then two that were abbreviations. No work today, day off, long week. Oh, nice, nice. Then go back to bed. What are you doing? Oh, I still have. Oh, wait. What? Task 16. That's. I'll remake that say bin directory too. Oh, I missed bin checksum. Download bin directory. That should do it. Yeah. So we're just sitting here rebuilding a whole bunch of crap with Ansible instead of custom shell scripts, so that we can actually maybe update this stuff in the future. And by maybe, I mean we will be able to. And it'll be a lot easier to follow because it's just an Ansible playbook that's doing all the stuff you do by hand rather than all the nonsense that, oh, yeah, I put this in the wrong place. Yeah, this is the binary checksums. I put it in the dev checksum. I don't know what the dev checksum is yet. Actually, do we get the dev checksum? We might. No, it failed here. We're just going to fix the dev checksum right away, too. Poof. Yep. I'm so annoyed I didn't think of this the other day, though. Like, oh, yeah. Like, some Geritol for my birthday? I don't know. I'll be 43. Woo. Whoop-dee-doo. I'm still young, but my body does not believe that. That much I can assure you. Brother sent you some for your last birthday. I told him thank you. Of course. I I don't know about Geritol, but I could probably use some Icy Hot and some Gold Bond. Um, he thought he was trolling you. I'm a few months older than you. Yeah, yeah. Whatever, it's fine. Bonus points for Dr. Scholes. Those would be nice too. Souls? Is it Scholes or Souls? I never remember. Souls would make more sense, but it's probably Scholes because that's doesn't sound as weird. All right, binary root bin. Okay, so yeah, so now we have GTK Pixbuff loader. Yeah, so previously the GTK stuff used to be or GTK Pixbuff stuff used to be part of GTK, and then they split it out to its own library, which is why it broke here. Right, so this is GTK Pixbuff that we're just dropped into here. If we go to properties, we should say it's going to say 2.24 under details. Yeah, 2.24. Okay, so I don't know what the fuck is this bitching about. All right, I don't know. But so we should have Pidgin running here with yeah. So boom, we have a new GTK directory here. Like I said, we don't really have a way to test this, I don't think. Like build information. Yeah, there's GTK runtime 2.24.10. Scholes? Okay. For the record, I've been using Dr. Scholl's inserts in new boots for years. Yeah, I don't know. I wear old man slippers. Here, let me go get them. They're not actually slippers. They're slip-ons, though. So these are my shoes. They are amazing. They're Skechers. They've got memory foam. You can't read the thing. Oh, it's in green anyways. You're not going to be able to read it. Yeah, I don't know. They're nice. They're comfy. They're not too expensive. They're amazing. Like, who's got time to tie shoes? Get the right ones. Are super comfy. By year since you're in the military? Gotcha. All right. We're just do. So, yep. Oh, UTF-8 DNS. What? Okay, fine, whatever. I don't know why this name's so weird, but sure. All right. All right, well, that's at least one part of this done. So, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead with this whole thing. How's it going, Tanya? Welcome, welcome. How are you? But yeah, that's a good sign. We can build this thing from here. Oh, I started like an hour late. I didn't think it was that long. It's funny how that happens. So, we should probably get out of here. Like I said, I got to go to the DMV tomorrow. So, I need to make sure I'm up early so I can get that done. So, luckily for me, on my birthday this year, my driver's license expires. It always expires on your birthday. This is just year 8 since my last one. And the reason I need to go in is excuse me, I'm trying to get my ID updated to a real ID because I have not done that yet. I figure it's probably not. Now is probably a good time to do it rather than waiting, right? So yeah, all right. But we're gonna get out of here. We are gonna go raid Mr. Quantum Apprentice, who is working on his game modding stuff. It looks like. Oop. So if you don't want to join the raid, you can go ahead and hit cancel right above the chat. Otherwise, there's nothing else you need to do. YouTube, you can find a link to the raid right over here. In the meantime, be sure to follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube and hit the notification bell for your desired level of notificationery. And in the meantime, you can check out my social media. I do post on my Mastodon when I'm going to go live. You can find a link to that right over here. And if you want to join us on the officially unofficial Pidgin Discord, you can find a link to that right over here as well. All right, let's see. What did Chris just say? Generally cheaper to add to the real ID to a renewal than do it in the middle. Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for coming by tonight. And until next time, which will probably be Monday, which is my birthday. Adios.